The bench is ready, the blade's ready. I'm going to come over with the blade. You can hold it with your hands in either position. With a tiny paper blade, I can usually hold it like this. Set it gently so it doesn't crash and ding any metals. Make it flush. Bring the clamps over the blade. And once you've got a few clamps over it, you can then take the handles out so they're not in your way. Set them on the workbench. This blade is sitting too high for the best grind, but I also have an older wheel on there, so I'm not going to bring it down as far as I prefer. I'm going to just thread out backwards in here, thread out backwards with this one, and now I'm going to stand directly in the middle of the blade, lean over, and I'm looking from this corner and matching it up with the back corner of the bench. I'm looking at this corner, matching up with the back corner of the bench. Okay. Sometimes I close an eye to squint. That is pretty close. So I'm going to call that good in this dimension. Okay. At that point, I use the T-handled wrench, which is right here on the side of the bench, and snug them up. They do not need to be tight. I mean, I'm talking 2 fingers. Okay. If you're doing a really tiny blade that you can only get 2 clamps on, and maybe it's way out here, you need to be a little tighter. But in this case, as most cases, just snug. And when we're done here, there's going to be 7 or 8 half-inch nuts holding it. It does not need to be that tight. And the weight of the blade itself. Okay. There. Now we're going to check the angle. Up here, we have mounted our protractor. Bring the protractor down, rest it centered on the blade there. Now my goal is to adjust the blade this way until that bubble indicates the blade is level. Actually, right now the bench is tilted a smidgen this way, so I'm looking for the bubble to be a smidgen on that side, which you'll figure out through a little experience. So underneath here, there's a car jack that lifts up on the bench this way. I'm just turning it with a T-handle screwdriver till the bubble comes into place, and that right there. We're going to bring the camera over here. Got a T-handled screwdriver. Here's the jack. Okay, so left and right. Also, there's a little bit of lash in the jack, so if you're ever backing it off, it's a good idea to go a little bit past and then come back up. Okay, and I'm watching the bubble in the protractor, and just because of the way the protractor's preset right now and the bench is preset right now, that's the bubble I'm looking for. Okay, you can adjust the protractor, you can adjust the bench, but right now this is the combination that we're looking for with the bubble just like that. Okay, so now we've got the blade roughly positioned this way and roughly positioned this way, and it's secured to the bench. That is how we mount the blade.